Hi, it's Roy Aldridge from the Martha Cove Yacht Squadron on board Steve Woodward's boat. He's the rear Commodore power, and we're off to our mustering point out on the bay ready for our sail past that will commence in about half an hour's time. We've just had a boat shot of Paul Weatherall's boat. He's standing by at our mustering, ready for our sail past on our opening day. We're just coming up on our port side to After Midnight, who's with our rear Commodore sail, getting ready for the sail past on our opening day. Here's two more boats getting ready for our sail past. The Martha Cove Yacht Group are just about ready to go down and do our sail past with the Commodore. What is it? Club captain on board Joker on Tour. He's also coming through with our series today down the channel. We just had a shot of Friday Harbour. Con, he's getting ready for our sail past as well. Joining the group, we hope to be quite a few more, ready for our signing off with the Commodore. We're now just coming up to the Safety Beach Coast Guard, who are going to lead the procession in down the channel for our sail past to the Commodore. Now coming up to Great Cat, owned by Steve Tanky, who's joining our sail past today. We'll see him later on as he joins with us in the afternoon. Getting in position now. We're getting ready for our start of our journey down the channel to the Commodore's sail past. Today the Coast Guard are leading our sail past into our opening day ceremony. They're a great support for the Martha Cove Yacht Squadron, and we look forward to keeping very much involved with them as we go into the future. Great to see all the kids and the people along the boardwalk here watching us go down for our opening of the season. Great to see them there.
Amalia Chambers.
Whoops, steady. And you've paid, have you?
Yes.
And Amalia Chambers. Down my...
At the front.
Just give me 1 moment.
Working it out. That's the head result.
Different days, paid.
Commodore of the newly formed Martha Cove Yacht Squadron. It's been a magnificent success over the last 6 months from woe to go, and as today we saw in the sale pass, it was quite a show, and we've got over 150 people here today just to celebrate that, so that's fantastic. So on behalf of the Martha Cove Yacht Squadron, I'd like to welcome everybody to our inaugural opening day. And we acknowledge the traditional owners, the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation, and we recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And I was really nervous about that because when I do that, I usually say the Wurundjeri people because I'm a bit further north. We'd also like to thank Martha Cove and Martha's Table. Perfect timing to launch. That really helped us out today. In particular, I'd like to welcome a few people. Greg Hunt, he's come down today, which is fantastic. I think Rosie Clark's here from the Mornington Peninsula Shire Council. We have Frank Martin from the Sea Winds Ward. We have some Commodores from other clubs, which is fantastic. So we have Sue Thompson, who's the Commodore from Davies Bay. Keith Darwin from the Merricks Yacht Club, which is fantastic. Cindy Waters, who will be doing the Blessing of the Fleet later, so she's from Balcombe Grammar. The Coast Guard today was generous enough to be involved in the sail pass and had the lead boat, which was fantastic. So I'd just like to thank Mark Brooks, Mario Cocola and Tony Christmas, who the Coast Guard have been super supportive to us. Being part of this community now over 50 years, the Coast Guard has been an integral part of Safety Beach, so it's fantastic. Also Wayne Hann, who is from Martha Cove proper. He has been extremely supportive as well, so it's great that he's here. But most importantly, it's just the members of the club and their guests that have come today. It's well over 150 people turned up. At our launch we had over 100 people. We had about 26 boats today, both power and sail. It's just fantastic. I think it's a real credit. So the first order of events today will be the flag raising, and that'll be done by the two Rear Commodores, Stephen Richardson, who's the Rear Commodore of Sail, and Stephen Woodward, who's the Rear Commodore of Power. Now, if you have a look at the club logo, it's a mixture of power and sail. The whole idea of Martha Cove was about bringing power boats and sailboats together. We've really seen today, it was a 50-50 mix on the water. The members are at 50-50. It's fantastic to have both of the motor yachts and the sail yachts together. So I'd like to invite both Steves, and it's great that they've got the same name because then I don't forget it, to do the raising of the flag. It'll be done.
They're ready.
It'll be done down on Wingara, which is John Hall, the Commodore's boat. Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
In particular, the boats that participated in the sail pass, it was a great thing to see. Sail pass are very important. It kind of starts the season, which is a great way to start the season. Season open. Welcome, Greg.
Thanks very much to Commodore John, to Gareth, to Stephen and anybody else who's called Stephen, to Liz and to Joy, whom I can already tell actually run the squadron, and to everybody who's here today, but particularly to the Coast Guard. You know, I get to see the work of our Coast Guard, and from time to time we've been able to support them in different things, and they literally save lives and protect lives with their work. And there's one of my friends, same age as me, and when he was a teenager, he got lost, got swept out to sea on a board, and he was at about 6 hours out there and right on the edge. And it was the Coast Guard that rescued him. He's a dad of 2 kids these days, and that whole history would never have happened but for the Coast Guard. So there are many ways to thank them, but that story of a local boy is the story of what you actually do. And beyond that, today's a very special day because we're opening a season, launching a yacht squadron. There's a restaurant which is in its first event, and all of these things come together. And so what's actually happening is, I think today is the day that Martha Cove moves from being a development to a community. And that's really what's happening today. And already that spirit has been on its way. But John said to me, we don't have much, we don't have any facilities yet, but we've got 200 members. I said, no, you've got what you need. The buildings will come, but you've actually got a community which is being formed, and then with Martha's Table, you'll have a hub and a central place. and you're able to enjoy the lifestyle on the water, which is why everybody is here, to be able to be out on the water or along the coast or on the boardwalk. And I drove down, we live literally 5 minutes around the corner in Mount Martha, so I came along the coast and I saw the boats and I saw people walking, and I thought, you know, in all of Victoria, in all of Australia, and all of the world, we live in one of those very fortunate places. And so it's a day of thanks as well as a day of celebration. But a lot of people have worked very hard to get this cove, this development, but above all else, this squadron to where it is. So to Gareth and to John, I want to congratulate you and all of the committee members, and that gives me absolute pleasure to officially declare open the Martha Cove Yacht Squadron and to officially launch the inaugural season for 2019-20 for the Martha Cove Yacht Squadron.
Appreciation come down today. An official hat for you to wear. Make sure it's worn in good events like this. Bad events, wear someone else.
Right. I mean, a poor imitation of a European princess, so it's the best you can do. All right, thank you very much.
As we do that together as Martha Cove Yacht Squadron's first time blessing the fleet. So perhaps you might want to just quietly turn and look out towards the water and the boats.